After 4 years of humankind living simultaneously with dinosaurs, Owen Grady and Claire Dearing are living in hiding with their adoptive daughter Maisie. When Maisie and Owen's raptor Blue's baby are taken, Owen and Claire set out to save them. Meanwhile, in an attempt to uncover some shady business, some familiar faces will reunite. Heroes old and new team up in the final chapter of the Jurassic era. This is Jurassic World Dominion. No title, just logo? Okay. Jurassic World Dominion is the third film in the Jurassic World trilogy, the sixth film of the Jurassic Park franchise, and supposedly the final film of the Jurassic era, whatever that means. No, you would not be at fault for not knowing the name of this film. For some reason, Universal decided, let's not put the title of the film in any of the trailers or any of the posters. Let's just put the logo. But I understand, it's a cool logo. Now, I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park films. Even the sequels that aren't as loved, I can still find some kind of enjoyment out of. And I will go as far as to say I enjoy Jurassic World almost as much as I enjoy the original Jurassic Park. And even if I was a bit disappointed with Fallen Kingdom, I was still anticipating this film nonetheless. Jurassic World Dominion can start a bit slow, but once it gets going, I really enjoyed the film. It's got a solid cast playing great characters, and most of all, it's got dinosaurs, dude!
Hold on just a second.
What was that?
It was me.
And you are?
My name is Tom.
Tom? What's your last name?
Mato.
Well, you're an oddly rotten guy.
I'm here to tell you that this movie is awful. It is just pandering to pander.
Maybe that's the case, but does it hurt to have fun with a movie?
Yes, it hurts to have fun with movies. It hurts the filmmaking industry as a whole if you have fun.
Well, I don't really believe that.
Let me join you in this review, and I will prove how wrong you are for liking this movie.
Well, it looks like we have a guest for this review.
You're damn right you do.
This is why I hated Jurassic World Dominion. Returning once again from their previous Jurassic World adventures is Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I think these films give Pratt and Howard great chances to shine as action stars. And not only that, I really enjoy the chemistry they have between one another. Also, I really enjoy the characters of Owen Grady and Claire Dearing a lot. Plus, any chance I have to talk about the GCOAT, the greatest Chris of all time, I'm gonna take it.
Well, yes, I guess I can agree there, but you can't deny that they're only bringing back these characters for nostalgia purposes.
I can agree there, but isn't that what every film franchise has done recently? Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Spider-Man. It's just a trend right now, and I can't deny I have fun with it. The return of Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant, Laura Dern as Dr. Ellie Sattler, and thankfully getting more than 2 whole scenes in this movie, Jeff Goldblum as Dr. Ian Malcolm. It was such a blast to see these characters back on screen again. And they don't miss a beat throughout their entire performances. They never have. Even in the worst Jurassic Park movies, they're still great.
But you can't deny that their storyline really doesn't make any sense.
I could definitely see that. The fact that the film is using these characters as spy hero types is a bit weird, but on the other hand, it's just in line with what the Jurassic World films are. The film has what is essentially 2 whole different stories. One centered around Owen and Claire, and one centered around Alan, Ellie, and Ian.
Yes, it has way too much story going on. It just feels convoluted and forced.
Too much story? It's a 2.5-hour runtime. It's not like it's an hour-and-a-half movie trying to fit in 2 games worth of story. But I really think the film did a good job with both of these stories, even if one's a bit sillier than the other. The 2.5-hour runtime really helped the film a lot, in my opinion. And it does my favorite thing, any movie that tackles 2 or more stories, and that's have the stories cross over at one point. Yeah, no spoilers, but you might not be getting as much Owen Grady and Ian Malcolm together in the film as you might expect. I'm sorry, ladies. My biggest problem with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom wasn't the fact that it was stupid, but the fact that it was boring. I can enjoy a stupid movie as long as it's entertaining. I wasn't really into the haunted house with the dinosaur auction, and don't even get me started on the human cloning, which is in this movie, but I really think they had fun with the idea of dinosaurs living among us.
Yeah, but they don't explore it too much before going to a whole nother park-like setting.
Yes, maybe that's true, but there's one scene in this movie that I was just on the edge of my seat with. If I had to compare it to anything, it was like I was watching a Mission Impossible movie with dinosaurs. I loved it. Everything about this scene, from the setup to the pacing to the choreography, it felt like something out of a Mission Impossible or even 007 movie. And speaking of the dinosaurs, what else is to say about them other than they're freaking awesome?
Yeah, awesome when they finally show up in this movie.
Yes, as I mentioned, the film may take a little bit to get going, but I think once it gets going pretty consistently with some fun dinosaur action. Now, I'm going to be the critic here now for just a second. Got that? Now, the film does have its faults, mostly them being the fact that the film does teeter back into the same Jurassic Park sequel tropes that we've had before and aren't the best of the franchise. One of them being the fact that the characters throw themselves into the situation instead of the situation being thrown onto them. I think that's what makes Jurassic Park and even Jurassic World work. Those are situations that they did not expect to happen, though maybe they should have expected, but they didn't expect. I don't know who decided that Jurassic Park sequels needed villains. Like, normal human business villains. Like, I understand, business, it's always the big bad, but why did we need that? We didn't need that. We got dinosaurs in this movie. As I also previously mentioned, this film carries over the human cloning aspect of Fallen Kingdom, the previous film. And I wasn't a big fan of it then. I really felt it was teetering on the side of, it's starting to lose me. But in a weird way, I can almost respect them for committing to it.
Yeah, unlike the fact that Ray was supposed to be a nobody.
See, we can finally agree on something. I know it might be surprising to hear someone say this, but I just enjoyed this movie. I really enjoy the way these characters are written. I enjoy the way they're acted, and I enjoyed seeing these characters return to the big screen. Jurassic World is one of my biggest guilty pleasure films ever, so if it has to be that this is one of my biggest guilty pleasure trilogies ever, so be it.
Yeah, well, I just didn't like this movie. I thought it was convoluted and boring and stupid.
And you see, that's the part I don't understand. You're a dinosaur. Doesn't you hating this movie seem a bit self-hating?
I can see why you might think that, but I have a good reason. I was actually the Carnotaurus that was killed in Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, so it's spite hate. I can respect that. If you enjoy the Jurassic World films for the silliness that they ensue, I can't help but endorse this movie. Some may not, but in the end, it's best for you to just go out and make your own opinion.
And I can agree with that too. You can like the movie all you want, you can hate the movie all you want, but just respect other people's opinions.
I'm glad we reached some kind of an understanding, Tom. I hope you all enjoyed this review.
And if you did, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when the next review drops.
Until next time, I'm Quint Dunaway, and this is Tom the Carnotaurus, hoping you will keep it
cinematic.